Good morning to you, you beautiful beings out here on planet Earth. Grandpaw Peter Koyote coming to you from Crestone, Colorado, here in the United States of America, Turtle Island, planet Earth. And welcome to you. Welcome to my heart and my open feeling attitude and gratitude. I'm so grateful that y'all are still alive here and bringing this planetary ascension right along. Now, not many people really understand this planetary ascension, what it is, what it could be, what it's made out of, and who we are within that. Not many are getting it at all. So let me give you a few clues this morning, help you out a little bit, help myself out while we're at it, because we're all in this together, and we're becoming conscious together just the way we should. And God, I love you. I love you for being here. I love you for what you're going through, for what you've been through, for sticking it out, for knowing in your heart that things are about to change and change powerfully, and for hanging in there for that change. Even when it seemed like it's never going to happen. And I know a lot of you are going through difficult times right now, and it seems there's difficult times ahead. But let me tell you, since the Venus transit and the eclipse of the moon over the sun, things are really changing here. These were key points, changing places, meant to focalize our intention, give us something to put moments into. See, the moments don't create themselves, we create them. They come right from inside of us. So we give ourselves focal points, like eclipses and Venus transits, in order to mark the time in which we should be opening, to give ourselves a place to open, a reason to, an excuse to, if you will. Because most of us are so busy with our lives, we don't have time for consciousness. So along comes these special little moments we've created to remind us. And we do put our energies together, and powerful things begin to happen. Now, since these transitory moments, the transition continues. And you know, as you go inside yourself and look around and becoming into the person that you are, you also begin to notice the outside world is like wavering in and out a little bit. I mean, it puts you to the point where you got to ask yourself, what's really happening here? What's going on? I mean, we have all these inputs, and there's many different ideas about what planetary ascension is and how it's coming into being. And many of them seem in conflict with one another, but there is a thread of truth in each of these scenarios that people are putting forth. Now, we don't see big disasters happening unless you happen to be one who's in control of the economy or thinks you are, and thinks you have control over the planet Earth and her children because you've got all the money. Surprise! Don't work that way. Money is bullshit, and it don't talk anymore. You know, just the way it works. This change, this huge change, this shift in consciousness, change in perspective, is coming from inside of our hearts today. And from nowhere else does it come. And from everywhere else it is happening. So how do you know this? What do you expect? Well, keep looking inside yourself. And waiting for it to happen. That's all there really is to it. And gather together with people of like heart and consciousness. Don't sit there all alone any longer. Come out of your shell. Come out of your hidey hole. Find these people who are like you, of like consciousness, who are aware, and who don't dare talk about it much, because what you see happening is not what everybody else sees happening. What you see happening is the dissolving away of an unreal world, a catastrophic experience that we've cast ourselves into, filled with chaos and corruption and insanity, to test the limits of our heart. We've discussed this before. But what you see happening now is the dissolving of all of that chaos, the chaotic ruin that we've created on this planet. I mean, you have to consider, and seriously so, what's really happening here. Is consciousness just another way of looking at things? Or is it something that goes way beyond that? Is it possible that inside of ourselves we are the creative source of all? God? You know? And babies, these are the questions. This is the question you're having to consider inside of yourself these days. And I'm here, and I want to help you solve that little problem. Because I'm one of those that's helping you gather together. Just sitting here in my little magic bus, creating energies. Same way you do in your little hidey hole. But it's time to come out and begin to share the wealth, to honestly start the revolution, and watch in amazement as this old world dissolves away and the new world, which is actually the old world, comes forward to take its place. It's a tragedy in a sense, and it's a triumph in another. Tragedy in what we're letting go of, the heretical lies in which we've lived. This earth with 7.5 billion beings polluting and crapping all over. Hey, you got another think coming. She's pristine, she's beautiful, and she's just right for the people that are actually being here. Now you got to remember, this is a test of our heart, of our consciousness, of our strength in love. And if we are indeed that creative source, if that is inside of us, it's aching like the dickens to prove itself to us. So let's give it the time and the opportunity. Those of you that can gather here in Crestone, Colorado with us on June 28, 2012 through July 1 of the same year, do so. Put forth a little extra effort if you have so. If you feel the call in your heart, follow it. Don't listen to the excuses and the lie. I got to tell you, I was feeling down and dejected a little bit yesterday as I was going through my part of processing and hitchhiking my way home. And things happened. I met some of the most beautiful people. Things happened. I mean, it wound up being a party all the way home. A beautiful one, too. And I made some deep connections with people and had a great time. And got myself reassured and began to remember my consciousness. And what the significance of this little gathering is and what it really means, not just to me as a person, but to you as a person, and to this planetary reality in which we live. And babies, there's no giving up on this one. I don't care if only 16 people show up. There'll be more than that. But I wouldn't care what the number was. We're going to do this thing. If there's 2 people gathering here, that's enough to get the job done for everybody else. So those that can, come gather with us. And those that feel restrictions, put your heart toward it. Put your intention toward it. Be here in spirit, as they say. Come party down with us those 3 magical days, June 28th to July 1. 3.5 days, actually. Almost 4. That doesn't really matter. Because this is the beginning of something else for you as a person, for the earth as a conscious existence. And if 2 people come here and join hands and share the wealth of their energy with one another, that's the beginning we're looking for. Because those 2 people will be key people. People with deep awareness inside of themselves of truth, of what's really happening. And that may be you. Because I know I'm one of them too. And if I'm you and you're me, well, guess what? We're in this together. People have missed the message of what's called Christ consciousness. It's rising into a state of being where there's absolutely no question any longer about who you are and what this experience of living is all about. It's bringing the fullness of all dimensions into the experiential reality of love, which is life, which is what we are, which has been hidden from us. We've been living in lies, huge illusions. Liar, liar, pants on fire, watch as your pants burn away. And you can no longer pretend to be living what you have been. And this is happening for us all. Come to the Crestone Intergalactic Gathering and Hippie Fest, Crestone, Colorado, June 28th to July 1. I'm a broken record, but babies, you got to hear this in your heart. There's truth to be revealed here, not to mention some awful good times and meeting with some awfully good people. It is indeed the gathering of the bird tribes, or at least one of them. And if you set your heart to it, something might just transport you here. You may just wind up being here in physical presence. Who can say? So even though it seems there's much difficulty, and like most of your old life is washing away now, and you're confused as to what to do, what to be, and how to be it, hey, welcome to the club. It's times of huge change. And this little gathering together is going to bring forward the peace of heart you've been looking for. And yeah, we'll do it with music and sharing and dance. Yeah, it's a big jam session, yeah. But it's far more than that. It's another step of being. Another move towards the fullness of your conscious awareness. And you couldn't find a better place to do it. This Crestone is one of the most amazingly beautiful places you've ever seen in your life. And you gotta be here. So get your tickets now. Look it up. The event's posted on Facebook, Crestone Intergalactic Gathering and Hippie Fest. Look it up. Click on the link for eventbrite.com where you can buy your tickets and get those purchased and let us know you're coming. That's the way you do it. You know, I know there's going to be some show up here and just expect to be here and so forth. Great. And if you're a Crestonian local, talk to me. I need some help getting this together. But if it puts itself together, that's all it has to do. Feel the love that is calling you to awakening. And know that you're going to come over here and rub the sand out of your eyes and experience your spirit for the first time in the fullness of consciousness in what seems like forever. It's been a long, long haul. But I'm being as honest and as straight up with you about this as I can possibly be. And from the heart, I'm talking to you. And I know I don't always get it right on. I make mistakes and I fall flat on my face many a time. This is no mistake. This is the journey of many lifetimes. When we're here to experience it fully. Come home, people, to your heart. Know what's there. Feel the pain of that deep longing. And know what that means to you. Put away the lies. Feel the resolution of that pain coming through you and know what it takes to answer that. The deepest longing you've ever known. It's there. Awaken to it. And see where that leads. You will be amazed. It's not anything like anybody is proposing to you here in this earth. There may be shards of truth in some of the things others are saying, but that's only a little bit of it. Truth is so much grander than the fucking lies we've lived under. It's unbelievable. Know what this means. I cannot explain it in words. You have to feel it. And then you will come forward. And you will be here, one way or another, for this little intergalactic gathering. Consciousness is truth, revealing itself through you. And this is what it's all about. And I can't stress that enough. And I can't love you enough for it, for being conscious, for allowing it to come through you, for allowing yourself to awaken. And I send a mighty blessing right now to you that'll open doors and heal your unconsciousness. Because I'm a vehicle for that change, just like you. I'm your cosmic reflection talking to you. I'm your person, being you, inside of me too. Or as close to words as can come to putting that. And I know you feel it. I know you know what it means. Baby, we are rock and roll. And we are the dance of life. And we are the love that creates beauty, harmony, truth. Man, does it get any better than this? And the answer is, hell yeah! Just give it a little time. So we're off for a little cruise today. Gonna get my butt up to Denver, go deliver some watermelons tonight. But I'll be thinking of you the whole time I'm on the road this week, because I'm going to be on the road most of the week this week, and then I'll get the rest of the gathering put together next weekend. Going to need some help. If you're local, come give me a little hand. If you can't, don't need much, but a little help would be greatly appreciated. And those of you that don't have the money for the tickets or can't work on the internet, whatever, just send me an email, a message, and let me know you're coming. Get on that Facebook page and commit yourself to it. But I don't care if there's 20, 25. How many ever show up here? That's the right amount, and that's what it's going to be. And who knows? Maybe it'll be 2,500. I sure heck hope it ain't 25,000, because I don't know where I'd put you all. But I'm looking forward to sharing the consciousness of my ever-present being with you and you with me. The gathering of hearts is extremely important right now, in physical presence. It really is. So let's get together and do this. We got a great excuse. We got a party. What can be better than that? I love you guys. Stay with it. And here's to you. I'll be back with you real soon and have even more for you. And it'll be a lot better than this one, because I'm stumbling this morning. But I'll get up off the ground and get flying tomorrow. Okay? I'm just fooling you, just kidding around a little bit. I love you. I look forward to seeing you here, people. You rock. And yep, this is the end and the beginning.